Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Undercover Elite LX hinged tonneau cover available for the 2019 and newer Ram without the Ram box. Now, if you're the owner of a brand new Ram here, number one, you're pretty lucky. Number two, you should be checking this tonneau cover out if you're looking for one of the most premium options in the hard shell or hinged tonneau cover styling. Now, in the category, Undercover does make a couple of different options, and the Elite LX is one of their more premium or luxury stylings of that category. Now, this guy here is a completely hard shell hinge that goes right over both sides of the bed as well as the bulkhead, with built-in weather stripping and an easy-to-use locking system to make sure it's safe and secure every time you use it. Now, this guy, as you can see, is pre-painted, which is exclusive to their Elite LX option, again, being that top-of-the-line model that they offer, so you can have it pre-painted to the color of your choice to match your OEM color like we have here on our red 2019. Now, this guy does have a couple of bells and whistles that some of the other guys do not. It includes a carpeted liner on the inside cover of the tonneau cover. It also includes a bed light that is detachable with a couple of LEDs built in to make it easier to use at night. It comes with a hook built into the underside to help you reach and grab some of the smaller cargo at the front of your bed, and a couple of other features I'll highlight in the video. You should be checking out a hinge style if you're looking for one of the most protective options from weather and theft. Obviously, from theft, a hard cover like this is going to pass the knife test. Nobody's knifing into this like they would with a soft roll-up cover, so it is a lot more protective. It'd be really, really difficult for someone to break into this, especially with the locking mechanism here. Now, as far as weather protection, because it lips over each side of the bed, rainwater or anything like that will have trouble getting in, but if it did, there's multiple channels of weather stripping built in that presses up against the tailgate, the side bed rails, and the bulkhead to make sure it filters everything out off the sides. So when it comes to theft and all weather protection, your cargo is going to be safe and sound in here. Now, speaking of theft as well, it does have this locking mechanism. Now, essentially, it's locked into place right now, and when it is, it's not going to open. But if you just turned it and pushed it straight up, it would open up. And underneath, when it opens, it does so slowly, and it has gas-powered struts on both sides that are super durable to help keep it in place. Bringing this guy back down is as easy as using that rope, latch it into place, turn it, and now it's locked. Now, this particular tonneau cover is made from a very durable ABS plastic construction that weighs approximately 58 pounds altogether. It has 4 individual brackets that'll bolt onto your side bed to make sure that it's secured into place. You don't have to worry about adjusting those at all. You're basically going to measure the distance for each bracket, bolt it up according to the instructions, and you're good to go with very simple hand tools. Now, that also includes wall mounts. So if you ever wanted to remove this guy, you can do so very simply in about 5 minutes and install wall mounts, say, to your garage wall. You can unbolt it, hang it up in your garage, and keep it there for safekeeping anytime you don't want it installed. Now, a tonneau cover like this does have a couple of downsides worth mentioning. As you saw when it was completely open, it is opened up at an angle, so if you're trying to haul around some larger cargo like a tall dresser or maybe an ATV, you will be spatially challenged in the truck bed. You might not be able to do that with this installed, which is a good way to use the wall mounts and just remove it when you need to haul around tall stuff. Now, the other thing that's worth mentioning here is you cannot open your tailgate unless the tonneau cover is open. Because it overlaps, you'll have to pop this guy up and then drop the tailgate. But you can drive with the tailgate open, which is worth mentioning as well. Now, as far as the price goes, it is the top of the line, like I said, so it comes in right around $1,500, and that includes top quality materials, all the bells and whistles, and the pre-painted finish. So it is a little bit more expensive than some other options out there, but if you're trying to go for top of the line, you get what you pay for. Install, I'm going to give 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Anybody can tackle this in the driveway at home with about 10, maybe 15 minutes from start to finish. I would recommend having a helping hand on deck because it is very large and it is a one-piece design, so you want somebody on both sides while you're tackling the job. Finally, I'm going to show you every single step of the process, so what do you say I shut up and we get started? All right, the tools used in this install include an impact gun or a ratchet, a 13mm socket, and a tape measure. All right, first steps here, we're gonna start in our bed with our front brackets. Now, there are 4 brackets included in the kit, 2 for the rear, which will be toward your tailgate, and 2 for the front toward your cabin. Now, the 2 for the front here are labeled D and P, driver and passenger. We're gonna start on our driver's side. What we're gonna do is basically lay this guy up on the bed rail just like that, but we have to measure it a certain distance from the bulkhead, which is this piece here. So grab measuring tape, And for the front brackets, you're gonna measure 16 1/4 inches from here to the end of the bracket toward your tailgate. So basically what we're gonna do here is just measure out. Make sure the edge of that is at 16 1/4. So I'm really far out. So I'm just gonna bring that guy in, just like that. Now what we can do is take 2 clamps and clamp her down. All right, so now with these clamps, you're basically gonna take the bolt off of it. The clamp is gonna go behind the bracket and the bolt will go through these holes. You're gonna use both end holes and leave the middle guy open. Now, for whatever reason on your model, if your truck bed impedes one of these holes, just use the hole closest to it. So ours are completely open, so that's what we'll do. Now the key here is not to move this bracket. We measured it for a reason, so we don't wanna shuffle this around. What you're gonna do is just carefully put the bracket behind, put the bolt through that hole, and thread it in by hand. Now I'm gonna thread it all the way down to get it nice and snug so it has less of a chance of moving around. And I'm gonna repeat that for the other hole here. Now when you do this, the clamp has teeth at the top end. You wanna make sure that's hugging the inside of this plastic portion of your bed. Now what we can do is take a 13mm socket and tighten these guys down. If you feel like it may have shuffled, you can remeasure now and make adjustments and then tighten it down. All right, so now we're just repeating that exact same process on our passenger side for our front bracket. And again, 16 1/4 is the magic number, so measure that from the bulkhead to the end of the bracket closest to the tailgate. All right, so now again, the brackets are going through the back, hugging up on the inside of the factory bed rail, and put that bolt through the front, get it nice and snug by hand first. Perfect. Grab your 13 socket and tighten them down. All right, now we can move on to the rear brackets. Moving on to our rear brackets closer to our tailgate here. These are labeled L and R for left and right. Our left brackets are driver's side, so that's what we're gonna start with here. As you'll see, the bracket is much longer and it has a striking plate here, which is gonna help lock the tonneau cover in place. You want that on the tailgate side. Now again, we do have to measure from our bulkhead all the way to the end here, closest to the bulkhead. So we're gonna lay this in place, and the magic number for the rear brackets are 39 1/4 inches. So we're gonna take our measuring tape, put that up against the bulkhead, come all the way back, and measure to this end here, 39 1/4. Perfect. All right, without shuffling this around, grab 2 more clamps and tighten it down, again using the 2 on each end. All right, now grab a 13 socket and tighten them down. All right, repeat on the other side. All right, doing the same thing on our passenger side. I'm laying this guy in place. Gonna measure 39 1/4 inches from the bulkhead to the end here, and then we'll bolt her down. All right, next step with a helping hand, you're gonna basically put one person on each side and line the brackets up on the inside of the tonneau to those notches on the brackets we just installed by our bulkhead. All right, so once you have this laid on, you wanna go toward your bulkhead, make sure the weather stripping is sat right on top of the bulkhead properly, crawl underneath, we can line up the brackets and tighten them down. All right, so now I'm inside the tonneau cover laying on my back in the bed. We're gonna basically push this notch into the latch connected to the tonneau cover itself. Now to do that, we're already in place really. So what we're gonna do is just push it back toward our back windshield and it latches into place. Now this knob here is actually gonna tighten it down. There's a hole in the bracket that we installed on our side bed rail that has threading in it. So you're basically just gonna push this knob into that and it should already be lined up, and you're gonna tighten it down. That's gonna secure the tonneau in place. Perfect, now repeat this on the other side. Now this bracket is a little cockeyed, so I'm gonna pull it down while also pushing back on it, and that latches that in place. And again, I'm just gonna line up this knob and tighten it down. Perfect. The next step here is really our last. What we're gonna do is install our struts. Now the struts are pretty long, so you're not really able to install it with the tonneau cover shut, so we're gonna have to lift that guy up. So the thicker end of the strut here, the strut that actually has the gas powder in it, this side is gonna be connected to the tonneau cover. This side down here, the skinnier side, will be connected to your bracket. So what you're gonna do is lift her up, push back on the unlock button and snap it into place, and then connect it to the tonneau. Now it gets a little easier once you have one installed to do the other side yourself, so we're just gonna hook this guy into our bracket side. Remember, you have to pull back on the unlock button to snap it in. Once you let go, it locks into place. Swing the other side back up, align it, and snap it in. All right, and now it should support itself. All right, so now that we have our tonneau cover installed, I want to quickly show you some of its quirks and how exactly it's going to be used. So with it in its full upright position, once you're done installing it, you can see to close it, there's an ease of use cord that helps you so you don't have to jump up and try to grab the handle. So from here, we can pull it straight down. So while we have it this low, I'm going to shut our tailgate. Now I can grab our handle and bring it down. Once you have it all the way down, you can just turn this knob and it locks into place. And now you can't pop it open. When you have the two keys handy included in the kit, you can pop this cover off, exposes the key, put it in the hole, lock it, and you're good to go. If you want to keep any cargo secure from any would-be thieves, this is a good way to go. Now, if you want to open this guy, really simple. You're going to basically unlock it. You can push this guy straight up, and you can let go. The struts do the rest. It brings it up most of the way and then slows down to make sure it opens easily without being too violent. Now there are some other options in the category here that when you open, it doesn't slow down with a progressive strut. It'll just slam right up to the top. So I think this is one of those premium features, one of those bells and whistles included with getting one of the top of the line guys. Now there's a couple of other really cool stuff I want to talk about on the inside here that make this guy the Elite LX, one of the more premium options. Number one's going to be your bed light. Now this has the undercover bed light that is detachable. You can see you can hit open and take it off. If you hit that button, you have these 6 LED lights to shine some light in your bed on your cargo. So if you're working at night and you're trying to gain access to stuff, this is a good thing to have on hand. You don't have to pull your phone out and use it as a flashlight. It becomes really handy. One more click and it turns off, but again, you can pop that and it comes off. Now another thing that you can take advantage of, if you have cargo all the way at the bulkhead, instead of crawling up here and crawling all the way through, you can bring this guy down, unlatch it, and use this as a hook. Now it latches into place over there, but you can use this to grab some of those lighter items that you wanna grab. So if you wanna bring your tailgate down, if you had something back there, you can latch it and bring it forward. Now when you're done with this, you can latch this guy back there, pull down on the tonneau cover, and you can snap it back into place. That way you don't have to crawl all the way back by your bulkhead to use it. And then finally, the last thing I wanna mention here is of course just the carpet liner on the inside. The non-LX models that Undercover offers does not have the carpet, so it is a nice little premium feature to add a little bit of texture and a little bit of luxury to the underside of your tonneau cover. Now the locking mechanism is pretty interesting to take a look at. So when you turn that lock, these bars extend all the way to the end. And when you turn it, you can see them push outward. And when you unlock, they pull back in. Now when you turn that lock and actually lock your tonneau cover, the billet aluminum bars here will sneak underneath of that striker plate and lock it into place so you can't open it. You turn it back, they sneak under, and you can open it up. That's gonna wrap up my review and install for the Undercover Elite LX hinged tonneau cover available for the 2019 and newer Ram 1500 without the Ram box. If you wanna pick this guy up, you can do so right here at AmericanTrucks.com.